Agriculture is arguably considered the bedrock of economic growth and development of any nation or state. Apart from the nourishment it provides for the physical body for health and overall well-being, it remains one of the largest employment generators on account of its gamut of value chain, which includes but not limited to providing raw materials for industries and many others. Also, the agricultural revolution in the history of England, United States of America, Japan, Germany, and many more are classic examples that agriculture is a major driver of economic prosperity, as it played a major role in the process of their industrialization. Before the discovery of crude oil in commercial quantity in Oloibiri, present-day Bayelsa State in Nigeria, in 1956, the agriculture sector accounted for over 63% of the country's GDP. Unfortunately, its exploration, sales, and easy petrodollars that was now awash in the Nigerian economy became the albatross of agriculture as the country jettisoned her agricultural sector that created job and wealth. Agriculture was no longer considered a business, but rather a mere vocation left to peasant farmers who only engaged in subsistence farming. Sadly, this was a self-inflicted wound, as the oil and gas industry was too specialized to absorb the kind of workforce agriculture does. With the army of the unemployed growing by the day, with widespread negative implications, especially on safety and security in the country, something needed to be done.
Prior to 1964, when we have agriculture as a mainstay, there were emphasis. Regions were allowed to grow at their own pace, and each of the regions specializes in the production of various types of products. But with the discovery of oil, we started emphasizing the place of agriculture, and then that automatically affected our ability to feed the nation.
And so, to avoid the pitfalls Nigeria fell into, Senator Dr. Arthur Ifeanyi knew he had to build a state beyond oil and get back to the glory days agriculture held sway. Hence, on assumption of office in 2015, he identified strategic reforms in agriculture as one of the cardinal policies of his SMART agenda. In today's Delta State, agriculture enjoys premium attention, as Governor Kowa is not only interested in building a state that is self-sufficient in food production for local consumption, but also committed to taking ample opportunities offered by agriculture value chain, expand its business frontiers through exports to earn foreign exchange, as well as boost job and wealth creation.
We have programs for our farmers who are already there. We have partnerships with commercial farmers who have come in. We are also working with an Israeli group and also Northworthy of Nigeria. And a lot is being done. The Youth Agricultural Program is also doing very well. And a lot of people are acquiring skills and starting on their own. These are micro businesses that will eventually progress to become medium scale and large-scale businesses as we move into the future.
The desire to build a new Delta beyond oil propelled Governor Kowa's administration to engage the youths in farming through a structured process known as Youth Agricultural Entrepreneurship Program (YAGEP), alongside supporting and promoting outgrowers associations, even as robust and focused agricultural extension services have been put in place to support farmers. This multi-pronged approach was designed to engender inclusive growth, job creation, and rebirth of local communities economically.
It's a sequence of activities that, properly thought out, you will just see the extent of wealth and job creation in all of this. Yeah. What government is doing now is an intervention, and it's also a stimulus to drive the process for everyone. Doubling the hectarage and having a higher yield potential will give us more than double the output. So it's a beautiful thing, well thought out. We thank the governor for this initiative.
The multi-layer agriculture value addition has seen the state government establish flourishing tree crop farms at Ejemono, Okwe, and Ole, where hundreds of thousands of improved terrena high-yielding oil palm trees are being raised in a nursery to assist over 100,000 farmers who are currently in the business of oil production.
Dr. Kowa knows the plight of the people. He's a grassroots politician. He knows what we need. The only thing we have here is land. So we need to develop it. And it's through these things that can make us benefit from it. We benefited last year and we still want to plant more.
This is going to help us to expand so as to be able to get more produce.
4.5 years down the line, the question of how far, how well, and how much of an impact this policy direction on agriculture has had on the state economy as well as the youths is in the front burner of discourse. Smart Delta Media Team brings the answers to you.
I want our amiable governor to continue with what he has started. Years ago when I left school, I had nothing doing. But through this program, have been established. There are so many things I've achieved.
The quest to deliver credible and first-hand information of the impact of government interventions in agriculture in the state took us through different farms in far-flung locations scattered all over Delta State. Our first port of call was Alika Agro Ventures, owned by Professor Joseph Alika at Emuhu, a consultant on job creation. Our visit to his oil palm plantation and oil mill was informative as he talks about the enormous advantages embedded in agriculture and its value chain.
There are so many areas in agriculture, like those of us who are in tree crops, which is a very major one as far as Delta is concerned. You also have those who are in field crops. You have those who are in fisheries and livestock. If you look at the totality of the value chain, it will bring a lot of employment for our people.
He applauds the government for its vision in agriculture, noting that if properly harnessed and the various policies faithfully implemented, it has the capacity to provide employment to the teeming army of the unemployed.
He's a fantastic governor as far as I'm concerned. He's a man that thinks about people, thinks about programs that will be useful to the state. And many people are benefiting really from the agricultural program.
At his mill, we sounded out a couple of his staff to know what they thought about the government policy, especially as regards job and wealth creation.
In fact, I'm very, very happy for Okowa. Since he entered the throne, he helped many people for agriculture because we don't have government work. As for me now, I don't think that if I dare office, I can write or I can read. But this agriculture I'm doing here now is the one that will take benefits. So Goa is doing well.
We thank God for the governor we have because agriculture made me who I am today. The standard of my living is better than as it is before.
Rice production is another crop Delta State has comparative advantage in cultivating on account of its fertile and many wetlands suitable for the crop. It has the capacity to engage lots of persons, keeping them gainfully employed, as we will discover. At the farms of Salamatu Adamu at Okwanala, at the foot of the Niger Bridge, Smart Delta was taken on a tour of the farms by Aisha, Salamatu's daughter, who is also a rice farmer. Aisha opened up to us about her thoughts and impression on government's vision on agriculture and the quality of inputs provided by government.
In Delta here, farming has become easy. Every year we get rice input free of charge from the government. And the kind of seeds they give us, the seeds are very good. They yield very well. They give us enough fertilizer. The next 2 or 3 years, Delta State will be giving Nigeria enough food.
Mrs. Salamatu couldn't help but express her gratitude to the Delta State government for its non-tribal disposition by giving them an opportunity to contribute their quota to job creation and food sufficiency.
They thank Okowa. If they send on my mind, I go to make you, if you do this one finish, make you come back again because in turn it suits me well. It don't make me my life better. My children, their life better. All the Ghana people, then they enjoy. They don't carry rice to go on it again. Now here they make the rice, and then they sell them. He give us engine, he give us the stoner, he give us thresher, he give us generator. Then build here for us. Wait till remain again. Now God will bless them.
We also had a chat with some of the workers. They hailed the government for the initiative, especially for its job and wealth creation components.
And making the government.
Everyone has a story, and to give them a voice, we seize the opportunity to talk with Michael Ojodewode, a patron of the produce that comes from the farms.
Governor Kowa, this is the man that I see. He encouraged many industries. Not only this rice industry, there are many industries that the man is encouraging. I want to appreciate his effort, and I'm praying that God will help him to do more.
One of the interesting points to note about the huge investment Delta State has made in agriculture is that everyone is now jostling to come on board, the aged inclusive. No one wants to be left behind. The story of 85-year-old Obado Alfred, chairman of Egbeta Rice Farmers Multipurpose Cooperative, and his colleagues who took the Smart Delta team on a marathon journey into the bowels of the forest at Arade in Isoko North, where they have over 20 hectares of land at their disposal for rice cultivation, is worthy of telling.
We want to use this spot for multiplying our improved seeds of Faro 44, 60 and 61. These rices that I have mentioned, they are regarded as the best in the country today, which farmers will use to produce rice to meet the challenges we are having.
I've been into this rice farming, but I thank God that the state government have come to our aid to do something. So it's a good program. I want the state government to continue.
Farmers who are into the cultivation of cassava were not left out of the goodies. At Owoyibu, Smart Delta met Joseph Okorie, a beneficiary of government cassava program, tending to his farm. He highlighted the quality of the cassava cuttings given to him.
We were empowered with good improved cassava stems, which has helped me so much. And I compare it with the local one we had before. There is a great improvement with the one they supplied to us.
He also did not fail to mention government policies aimed at boosting the agricultural economy of the state, as well as improve the life of the ordinary man. This has served as a motivating factor, which has equally propelled him to delve into other agricultural enterprise.
The cassava supply to me has helped me in engaging other business. I have a poultry farm now, so encourage government to keep doing more. The vision he has in helping the poor, may God not let it to die.
Just like Joseph, Okbolo Samuel, another beneficiary of the cassava program of the Delta State government, applauded the government for supplying farmers with high-quality cassava cuttings.
As a long-time farmer, I have never seen this kind of cassava cutting. It's a lot better and yields more tubers, which translates to more money in the long run.
Smart Delta.
Better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do you better. Run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. I see your job and wealth creation in Delta, make the youth say them higher. Okowa. I see good roads everywhere in Delta, make the people say them cola. Empowerment for the farmers in Delta. Good and quality education in Delta. Well-equipped hospitals here in Delta. Peace and security no Delta. Come live in Delta. Let me tell you, come invest in Delta. But I tell Nigeria, come explore the potentials of our state.
One could say without prejudice that one of the major success stories of the administration in agriculture is perhaps the creation of jobs, as thousands of young farmers in fishery, animal husbandry, poultry farming, tomatoes and other crops have been empowered under the Youth Agricultural Entrepreneurship Program, YAGEP.
I've never intended going into farming, but because of the program my wife went through and all that, after harvesting the normal one from the state government, we decided to establish our own. We have up to 14 Tepo links because we've seen the impact, the one we harvested from the state government, the impact he played in the family. I'm saying kudos to the state governor and the smart agenda.
I am very happy with the agricultural policy of the state government, especially the YAGEP scheme, because it has had a very great and positive impact in my life. Before now, I had nothing, but today I am my own boss.
In animal husbandry, Mayor Anthony Okotie, CEO Finger G Integrated Resources Limited, led us on an odyssey to her farm. Both Meiwa and our employee Amos Uluaria are today looking into the future with great optimism on account of the state government's agric program.
Pig farming is very lucrative. I advise dentists who are jobless to venture into agriculture and key into the program of Governor Okowa rather than stay jobless, because there is a lot of money in pig farming. Look at me today. I am an employer of labor. I'm able to support myself and my family. All thanks to Governor Okowa. I'm a proud pig farmer.
I'm very, very happy that I'm working in the pig house here. Thank you, Governor Okowa.
However, she is not alone. Her colleagues, who are also cashing out big time from the business of rearing pigs, share their story.
There's money in it. You can't be poor as far as pig is concerned, because with the meat you can sell and make money. With the waste products, you can sell and make money. So everything in pig is like palm trees. It's a very rich animal.
I'm very happy with the state government. With their initiative now, helping the farmers to grow, I believe that at a time, Delta will be one of the biggest farming states. If not now, it will be in the nearest future. So I advise young people to key into pig farming, especially this time that government is out to help the people.
Not done, we dashed down to see Woniya Blessing, a proud poultry farmer. She narrated how her life was on a low trajectory after running up her university program in 2009 until YAGEP came to her rescue. She commended government's efforts at diversifying the economy of the state and giving agriculture a pride of place in the scheme of things.
Kudos to our great father, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, for his great work on Delta State. I'm happy that we have a governor like him, and I know that in the next 4 years coming, we will be more better than the Delta we have now.
Excited about her testimony, we couldn't help but want to know more about how her co-travelers in this enterprise were doing. This landed us at AGRO Cluster Farm in Ughelli. We met the likes of John Dogene tending to his birds.
We appreciate the effort of our governor for empowering me to make me a beneficiary of YAGEP. If not the support of the governor, we could have been where we are today. We thank our able governor for doing this.
Exuding so much confidence, he advised the unemployed youths to take advantage of government programs to become CEOs of any of their chosen enterprise, just like himself.
You know, agric is very nice business that one must key into, that you will never regret. Once you are into agric, you will not lack money. So I advise all youths, all women and others to key into this initiative that Governor Okowa have introduced. The business is very nice. The demand is high. So anybody that is in it will always be proud, anytime, any day.
Just when we thought it couldn't get better, this is what Fidelis Ofigo and Shaka Vabo had to say about the scheme. Hear them.
It has been something I wanted to do for long, but because of lack of finance, I could not really go into it till this year gap came up. So as I'm talking to you now, I have up to 1,000 beds and also have a worker. I also pay her. It's really a thing of joy for the governor to give us the training. So they really do well for giving us the opportunity.
They empowered us with 400 beds. And as I'm here now, I can boast of 1,000 lane beds, which I'm about to disburse this December. And I'm about to pick others again. Any moment from now, I'm going for 1,500 beds. I've achieved a lot from the government. I love this government.
Those who are into fish farming are not left out. Hear the heartwarming testimonies of Oba Obiajulu, Wabweze Jerry, Okpoluefe Lucky, and others.
I've been part of this program. It has helped me personally and within my family. I'll be able to take care of myself, my family, my dependents, and as well as pursue my education. The impact of this administration towards youth unemployment and towards my life is enormous. I'm really pleased with the Okowa administration.
The governor established us, which was a great step in my life in terms of finance and job opportunity, because I had nothing doing before I get this opportunity, and I've been working on the pond since I was given, because I was given starter pack and the 2-pond designed with harvesters. So, and I've been making income.
With the help of our governor, we can say that youths have been pulled off the streets and been empowered and given jobs and livelihood to take care of themselves and their families. So I will still want to say thank you, our Governor Okowa, for this great opportunity.
With so many youths out of the streets and gainfully engaged in agricultural endeavors, there is no gainsaying the fact that success in the agricultural and agro-business sector has had a multiplier effect on peace and security building, thereby making Delta an investor's haven.
Where you don't have peace and stability, it's also very difficult to have a meaningful development. That's one of the core achievements that the governor has made in the last 4 years, which is also progressing in that direction in the second tenure. The youths in Delta State have been quite cooperative in terms of adding their own support to government programs and projects. And the government also has greatly reciprocated in terms of creating opportunities for youth to be meaningfully engaged.
To further encourage farmers, the Okowa-led administration equally disbursed soft loans to farmers and cooperative groups through its microcredit agency.
The loan that microfinance gave to me was a very big helpful to me, because formerly I farmed to my own size. It was when the loan came that I feel I should enlarge the farm. And as I'm talking to you now, I have about 6 acres of cassava land. Even in my house now, people are there frying gari to sell out. So, and there are people that normally come to my farm to work, which has helped many people who are handicapped and who have nothing to do.
It's so good to me because I believe it's a means of creating another job for the upcoming youth. Because not everything that government can provide, not everybody can work in bank. So if you can be able to feed yourself in a very good farm, I believe you can make your living from there.
So nobody come out, come on. Nobody come out, nobody come out,
Tractorization is yet another policy and investment the government is implementing in the agric sector to make Delta State a food hub.
The effect of the tractor is also showing in terms of increase in food production. And this has also helped the farmers to also smile, because their revenue has increased and the food has also increased. So they say that they are exporting outside the country. It's a big boost. And in order for the state governor to say, okay, yes, you want to support the tractorization program, he has also given an approval for the procurement of more tractors.
In all, The Okowa-led administration has demonstrated that our huge investment in agric is paying the right dividends, with most young people in Delta State embracing agriculture as a business rather than a mere vocation. Going on this trajectory, the state is bound to be a food hub in the region, even as a stronger Delta beckons.
Come to Delta State, come and see the good things where Okowa they do you better. Run, come to Delta State, come and see the good things where Okowa they do. I see your job and work creation in Delta, make the youth say them higher. Okowa, I see good roads everywhere in Delta, make the people say them cola. Come live in Delta, say me I say, come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state.